Something has been changing in you at a level that doesn't show on the surface yet, and Pluto retrograde is exactly why. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth, transformation, power, and what lives in the shadow. The parts of ourselves and our world that we haven't been willing to look at directly. When Pluto moves retrograde from May through October of this year, that transformation turns inward. The deep work that Pluto does in the collective becomes personal. The power dynamics playing out in the world become mirrors for the power dynamics playing out inside of us. This meditation is an invitation to work with Pluto consciously, to go into the places that have been transforming beneath the surface, to reclaim power you didn't know you'd given away, and to integrate the version of yourself that has been emerging through everything that you've been through. This one goes deep, so let it. When you're ready, find a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and release. Pluto rules the underworld, not as a place of punishment, but as a place beneath the surface where things transform, where what is dead becomes fertilizer for what is new, where the seed cracks open in darkness before it grows toward the light. Let yourself descend a little right now, not into fear, but into depth. There is a part of you that lives below the surface of your ordinary awareness, a part that has been quietly doing the work of transformation even when you're not consciously directing it. We're going to visit that place. Bring whatever you've been carrying that's heavy. Bring what's been transforming for you. Bring what you're not quite sure what to do with. And remember, you are safe here. Depth is not the same thing as danger. I want you to consider something. How different are you now from who you were 2 years ago? And not in the surface ways, in the underneath ways. What used to affect you that no longer does with the same force? What did you used to believe about yourself that you stopped believing? What kind of dynamic used to pull you in that you can now see clearly from a distance? Pluto's transformation is rarely visible while it's happening. It happens in the dark, in the pressure, in the things that felt like destruction at the time. And then one day, you turn around and you realize, I am not the same person who entered this. Something has genuinely changed. So take a moment to acknowledge what has genuinely changed within you. Not what you're still working on, but what has actually shifted. What is different now than it was? And give that transformation the acknowledgement that it deserves. Give yourself the acknowledgement that you deserve. You did that, not by forcing it, by surviving it, by showing up for it, by refusing to stay the same when staying the same was no longer true. Pluto retrograde asks specifically about power, where yours is, where it isn't, where it's been given away without your full awareness. So now I want to guide you through a gentle audit. Where in your life do you feel most fully in your own authority? Where do you make decisions from your own center without needing external validation? Where do you move from your own knowing? Feel into that and let it be solid within you. That is your power operating cleanly. Now, where in your life do you feel less than fully in your power? Where do you defer to others past the point of respect and into the territory of self-abandonment? Where do you know something clearly and then talk yourself out of it based on someone else's reaction? And my dear, this is not criticism. This is a map that Pluto is drawing. These are the places where power has leaked, where it's been given away gradually, where the habit of making yourself smaller has become automatic. And Pluto Retrograde is asking you to call it back. Not aggressively, not as a confrontation with anyone, simply as a reclamation. A quiet internal decision that your power belongs to you, that your knowing is valid, that your sovereignty over your own life is not negotiable. Pluto also works with shadow, the parts of ourselves we haven't been willing to look at directly. Every person has shadow material, not because they're broken, but because every person has aspects of themselves that were once too painful, too dangerous, or too unacceptable to integrate into the conscious self. Those aspects don't disappear when we look away from them. They continue operating underneath our awareness, shaping our choices in ways that we can't see. Is there something in yourself that you've been avoiding looking at? A quality you don't like to admit that you carry? Or a pattern you can see in others but resist acknowledging within yourself? Pluto doesn't ask you to be ashamed of your shadow. It asks you simply to be honest about it. Because what you can see, you can work with. And what you can't see, well, that just runs who you are. Whatever is here, even if it's uncomfortable, let it be present. You don't have to fix it. Just notice it. Acknowledge it. That alone is Pluto's work. Now bring together the transformation that's already happened, the power that you're reclaiming, and the shadow you've been willing to acknowledge today. This is the version of you that Pluto has been building in the dark. Not broken, not finished, but more whole than you were when this process started. You are a person who has been through genuine transformation and is still standing, who has had power taken from them or given it away and is now taking it back, who is willing to look at the uncomfortable things rather than look away. That is not a small thing. That is Pluto's gift. Slowly bring your awareness back to the surface, to your breath, to the room around you. Take a slow breath in and release. Carry forward what you have found here today, the transformation already accomplished, the power that you've reclaimed, and the shadow seen clearly enough to work with. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.